Hey guys, Ramesh here. Welcome back to React Hooks Spring Boot Crude Full Stack Application series. In previous video, we have created a list employee stateless component and we have designed list employees page. In this video, what we are going to do is we are going to make a REST API call and we'll populate the response of the REST API on this page. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see how we can connect our React application to REST API and how we can get the response and how we can populate that response in a web page. So let's head over to Visual Studio Code IDE. Alright, and go to SRC folder. Within SRC folder, we are going to create a new folder. Let's call it as services. Within a services, we are going to create a file. Let's call it as employee service.js. Okay, so as we know that React is not concerned with HTTP library, we have to use third-party HTTP library in order to make a AJAX call or a REST API call in a React application. So we are going to use Axios HTTP library to make a REST API call in our React application. So in order to use Axios library, what we need to do is we need to install Axios library. So go to the terminal. Let me clear the terminal here and make sure that you are in a project that is React Hooks frontend, and here we are going to use npm command npm install followed by the library name, that is Axios, and --save. So don't forget to add --save because this will add an entry in package.json file. So go ahead and hit enter and let's wait a couple of seconds, and there we go. Axios library is successfully installed. Just verify, go to package.json, and here you can see Axios library is installed and added dependency section. Alright, now we are good to use Axios library. Okay, head over to employee service.js, and within this file we are going to import Axios from Axios. Okay, great. And here we are going to define one constant with a base URL of REST API. Let's call it as const employee base REST API URL, something like that. So this is going to be a constant, so you can give naming convention like this, and value should be http localhost :8080/API/v1/employees. Alright, so this is the REST API that we have already developed to get list of employees in a response. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and let's create a JavaScript class here. Let's call it as employee service. Perfect. Now let's create a method. Let's say get all employees, and within this method we're gonna use Axios.get method. Okay, so in order to make a get HTTP call, we're gonna use get method here, and we need to simply pass the URL, that is employee base URL, that's a REST API URL. That's it, guys. So Axios internally make a REST API call and it provide a promise object to the respective components where this service will be used. Okay, now we are going to use this service in a list employee component. So just go ahead and save it. And one more important point here is we are going to export this class object. Okay, so here just type export default new and then employee service. So look at here, we are going to export object of employee service so that we can directly use object in a component. We don't have to instantiate this class object. Okay, go ahead and save it. Now let's head over to list employee component and within this component we are going to call employee service. Well, in React we have one more hook, that is use effect hook. So use effect hook is very useful, guys, and it provides some side effects in a functional component. Okay, so probably you know about component did mount, component did update methods, right, in class component. So use effect hook is similar to component did mount, component did update, okay, lifecycle methods. Alright, so in class component we use component did mount method to make a API call or make a AJAX call, right? Similarly, in functional component we can use effect hook to make AJAX call or a API call. Okay, so go ahead and just use effect hook, and here is the syntax, guys. So here we need to pass a function, and here we need to define the dependencies for this hook. So as of now we don't have any dependencies, let's keep empty. Okay, and just remove it. Alright, so make sure that you import use effect hook at the top. Okay, you should import use effect hook at the top from the React library. Alright, now within a use effect hook we are going to use employee service, and let's call get employees method, and it returns a promise object, so call then method, and let's force a response. Okay, let's get a response from the promise object, and here we are going to use arrow function. Perfect. And we need to set a response data to employees array, right? For that we're going to use set employees method. So let's call set employees. Okay, and response dot data. Perfect. We can also log the response data to the console.log and response dot data. We can also have a catch method here, and we can just print the error. Let's use arrow function and just log the error, console.log, and then just print the error. Perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna test this whether it is working or not. So go to node. Alright, there are no compilation error. Let's head over to Chrome browser and let's test this functionality, whether our React application will connect to REST API and display the response of the REST API. And there we go. We are not able to get the response of the REST API. Let me inspect, and in a console you can able to see that CORS policy issue. So this is the a common issue that we get because our Spring Boot application is running on port 8080 and our React application is running on port 3000. So both the applications are running on different ports. That's the reason browser will give this kind of CORS policy issue. So in order to solve this issue, we can use add cross origin annotation in our Spring Boot application. So let me jump into IntelliJ IDEA, and let me first stop the server, go to employee controller, and here at the top we can add one more annotation, that is cross origin annotation, and here we can pass a value star. So if we pass star here, then any client can able to access the REST endpoints. Okay, if you are developing Angular application, then your Angular application can call these REST API. If you are developing React application, then your React application can access this REST API. If you are developing a Vue application, then your Vue application can access this REST API. Okay, so either you can make a star here in order to provide access to all the clients, or you can define the specific origin. For example, it has a origins, and you can just define an origin in an array. Okay, something like localhost colon 3000. So let me copy this and paste it here. Okay, so I want to give access of REST APIs to all the clients. So what I will do, I will give star here. Okay, just save it. Alright, let's head over to Spring Boot entry point class, and here you can see this is the code we have written to add two records in an employees table, right? So if records are already added in a database, just comment it out. Otherwise, duplicate records will be inserted in a database table. So let me comment out this code, save it, and go ahead and run our Spring Boot application. And our Spring Boot application is up and running. Let's head over to Chrome browser and let's try to access the REST API, and there we go. Once I refresh the browser, I can able to get a response of the REST API, and that will be populated in a web page. Alright guys, it means that we have successfully made a REST API call from our React application, and we have populated a list of employees in a table. Okay, great. In next video, what we'll do, we'll add a header and footer to our React application, and then we'll see how we can use a routing in React application. And going forward, we'll be creating a lot of components, guys, and we are going to use a lot of React hooks. Alright, I will see you in our next video.